Okay, we start with projections of lines. So, what is a line? See, it is important to know that the definition of a line first. It is it has got a single dimension, that is the length, and that length can be called as a distance between the two end points. Again, I have brought up a term here called points in this chapter, projections of lines. So, if I draw a line, if I draw a line like this, what does it say? Can anyone define line with respect to points? Anybody?
So lines are combination of points.
It's very important. Please, it is to know that line is a set of points arranged in a linear fashion. Collinear points, same one next to the other. If points are placed, then it is a line. If I place a point here, here, everywhere continuously with respect to in a collinear way from one point to the other end point of the same size, then it is a line. I'll call it I'll call some names for it. I'm going to give a name for that AB to the endpoints. I'm giving name to the endpoints only. I don't have any other element here to give the name. Earlier, we studied points. So earlier we studied points here. A point, see, I told you points, we are learning points, lines, and then plane surfaces. Points means it is just a an impression without dimension. A line has got only one dimension. Again, a planar figure like this, if I represent a square or anything, it has got a definite area. So and it has got two dimension. And then we will go to solid, which is a three dimension. So like this, very important steps we are going to follow, and chapters are also based on these things. If you want to draw solids, you need to understand planes better. If you want to know, if you want to represent planes better, you need to have lines better, lines knowledge in a better way, and similarly in turn with points. So all these days we used to represent a point here. Have I represented a point in this line? No, it includes these points. So from now onwards, please forget about mentioning a point like this. So in only pencil, please see the thickness I have drawn here for the point. I have zoomed in and check here. This is my right. Whatever the views are there, I have drawn it. Your impression here must represent like this. That's all. A point. It is not much more bigger, not much more smaller. This is the maximum thickness of points that I am drawing, because this is projections of points chapter, and point as well does not have any dimension. I am marking it to say that that is the position. So next, when I mean to draw a line, that means that points, end points are included in that particular uh, when I draw a line that includes these endpoints. For example, this endpoint A may be 10 mm above HP and 20 mm below HP. This endpoint B may be 30 mm above HP and 40 mm below in front of VP, something like this. So in this first quadrant, what are the possibilities we are going to see and represent these a particular line? Forget about points, identifying the points and marking a dot like this. marking a dots like this, forget about it. Please right now, because when I start the line, it includes the point, complete point. Don't make a dark. That means if I draw a line like this, don't make these end points dark. This is the first thing that you are supposed to learn. Please maintain that this is wrong. If you draw a line that includes these endpoints, you are not marking it like this. Please remember, here there was no dimension to know for us to visibly we are representing it here. But in line is very important. When you draw a line that includes a set of points, it is a set of points. Line is a set of points. It includes these endpoints. Please don't mention that endpoint and make it dark. So that is very, very important. And what are we doing? We are seeing how a line can be in first quadrant. So what are the positions that a line can occupy in first quadrant? In first quadrant, what are the possibilities? We'll see. I'll open the first quadrant. This is my first quadrant. According to me, this is my first quadrant. I am using this book. Any book you can use and try to solve the problem. So this is my book, and I will assume this my line AB. So this is my first quadrant. Vertical plane and horizontal plane is my first quadrant. What are the possibilities? First, I will keep this line AB like this, horizontally to vertical plane and horizontally to horizontal plane. That is parallel to VP and parallel to HP. This is the first possibility of a line can be which can be in first quadrant. That I, I hope you have understood the concept. Yes or no? Please inform me. The very first possibility is line is parallel to both HP and VP. Are you able to get it? I am repeating again. This is my first quadrant. I am just keeping it like this. This is my first quadrant. Keep a pen like this. See that. See, this is VP and HP. This is my first quadrant. See to that. This is I have kept this AB like this, and it is parallel to VP and parallel to HP. Forget about the distance right now because I am assuming any distance. For example, this line can be 10 in front of VP and 20 above HP, or 100 or 200 or 1000 or 10,000 whatever it is, my front view and top view will not change. It has got a definite length of 50 or 60 The front view will remain same as just a line, and top view will also be remaining as just a line. So it is very important to know that I am neglecting the distance above HP and in front of VP where these positions are. But later on we'll see where it is important. So this front view and similarly the top view is important. We'll solve that later. Next, what is the second possibility? I can place the line like this. It was in the first condition. Next, I'll change slightly the condition. I'll keep it straight like this. I'll keep it parallel to VP. See, I'll keep it parallel to VP and perpendicular to HP. Able to get it? This is parallel to VP and perpendicular to HP. This is 10 above HP, 20 above HP, wherever it is. The front view remains, the view will remain same for this 50 line. So that is why we'll just represent that it is parallel to VP and perpendicular to HP. So the line is parallel to VP and perpendicular to HP. Vice versa, I'll write the third condition. Line is parallel to HP perpendicular to VP. What is the third condition? I'm keeping it like this. See, perpendicular to VP and parallel to HP. Perpendicular to VP and parallel to HP. So you can see it like this. See, perpendicular to VP and parallel to HP. So that is very very important. So how well these lines can be in these conditions we are going to look it up. So fourth condition, line is parallel to VP and inclined to HP. Please take and note it down. These points are very very these notes are very very important. We'll be straight away solving the problem. Give a title, projections of lines. I'm not going to ask you the notes. I'll be asking you only the answer, but these are very important things that you are supposed to remember and identify. So a line is like this. In my first quadrant, it is parallel to VP. How, I don't know. See, in this any condition, it is parallel to VP. Got it? A parallel to VP, but it is see now it is horizontal. I am making it parallel. See, this is parallel, and it is inclined to HP. And see, this line is parallel to VP, but at 0 degree to HP. What I'm going to do, I'm keeping this one end constant, this left hand constant, I'm giving it some inclination, 10 degree, 20 degree, 30 degree. So this line, if I keep it like this, what will happen? This is parallel to VP and inclined to horizontal. To the floor, it is inclined. So imagine a stick which is inclined at some angle to the floor. Similarly, the fifth condition, it is parallel to HP. I'll imagine like this. So parallel to HP. Anyhow, it is parallel. Any distance, if it is there, it is parallel. 0 degree to VP, 10 degree, 20 degree, 30 degree to VP. One endpoint is a bit nearer to VP. So 30 degree inclined to VP, it is present, but parallel to HP. Same line is parallel to HP and inclined to VP. Very, very important. Please write down these points. Next condition, very, very inclined to both HP and VP. This is very, very important condition. Please make a note of it, of all these 6 conditions, and it can be 3 only, like you can make it 4 also. In some cases, it will be 4. Line is parallel to both VP and HP. Line is parallel to one plane and perpendicular to the other also may be given. Anything, but here the 6 out of 6 conditions, it is very important to know how you are going to represent the things. Anything is important, please discuss. You can unmute yourself and discuss with me.
Sir, can you explain how line is inclined with both HP and VP, so at a time?
See, this is VPHP. Are you able to understand this book concept? You keep a book, any book in front of you, okay, and keep a pen. What I'm doing here is In the first condition, it is parallel to VP and parallel to HP. Next condition, it is parallel to VP and perpendicular to horizontal plane. Again, next, parallel to HP and perpendicular to vertical plane. Next, it is parallel to VP and inclined to HP. See, inclined to HP, 10 degree, 20 degree, 30 degree, 45 degree, whatever it is like this. But still this pen is parallel to vertical plane. You can imagine a wall, a stick that is kept on a wall. It is lying on a wall or parallelly to the wall. But it is inclined at 30 degree, 40, 45 degree to HP. Same way, a line can be parallel to horizontal plane and inclined to VP. See, inclined to VP, 10 degree, 20 degree, 30 degree. You can keep a stick on the floor and just keep it like this. See, this is vertical plane, horizontal plane, parallel to HP and inclined to VP. See, I'll fix this end. 10 degree, 20 degree, 30 degree. If I incline, then it is inclined to VP at any angle. So, see, to VP, 10 degree, 20 degree, 30 degree, it is inclined like this and parallel to H.
Recording in progress.
So the same next, that is the fifth condition. Next is the you keep it like this. This endpoint I am fixing it. I am inclining this at 10 degree to HP, see, or 30, 40 degree to HP. One endpoint I am fixing it here. 10, 20, 30 degree, I am giving it inclination to HP. And again, with this fixed endpoint, I am rotating this end here, 10 degree, 20 degree, 30 degree. That is in this condition, here in this condition, it is inclined to HP also and inclined to VP also. Are you able to get it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You keep your book like this, any book, you keep a pen like this.
Sorry, it is supposed to be inclined, means in three-dimensional structure, it should be diagonal, right, sir?
No, forget about diagonal. This is not a cube or anything. This is vertical plane and this is horizontal. For example, I'll tell you, suppose when this line is parallel to VP, okay, I'm seeing this object and this is 50 mm length. You able to get it? And if I draw the front view, there will be just a line. Am I correct? Are you able to understand?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But when I incline it, see here, to VP it is parallel, but when I incline, what will happen? Inclination, I'm giving it some inclination to VP as well as to HP. This endpoint location, see, this endpoint location is somewhere here. So this is the starting point of the line. Next, in this condition, this endpoint is somewhere here. This is the endpoint, second point location. If I join, will this be exactly 50 mm?
Yes, sir.
When it is inclined? No. Just mean, see, sixth condition, line is inclined to both HP and VP. This is inclined at 30 degree, 40 degree to HP and 40 degree to VP. Then if I see this object from the front, this end point is here and this end point is projected till here. If I join this line in the front view, will it be exactly 50 mm?
Yeah, yes, sir.
No, will it be 50 mm exactly? This line length is actually 50.
But it sir, it will not be exactly.
Yes, correct. You're right. This is the true length is 50 mm. When it is inclined, it will not be in its true length. It will be foreshortened. It will be less. Able to get it? Whereas if it
Yeah,
is
I got it, sir.
parallel, only when it is parallel, see, when a line is parallel to both HP and VP, then both the views, front view and top view, will be 50 mm. If a line is parallel to VP, then only in front, here front view will be in true length, and perpendicular to HP, what will happen? Perpendicular to HP means in the top view, what will it look like? What is the top view? In the second condition, line is parallel to VP like this, parallel to VP and perpendicular to HP. What is the top view?
Point,
Yes,
just
you're
like a
right.
point.
It is a point. If a line is perpendicular to HP, it is seen just as a point. It is seen just as a point. Here also perpendicular to VP, it is seen as a point. But when it is parallel, it will be in its exact true length. If I stand parallel to the wall, if I stand parallel to the wall, I can see my exact height. I am a line. Imagine a person who is standing in front of a wall, then what will happen? If he is standing parallel to the wall, that is why the height measurement is done, right? If he is slightly inclined, if he is slightly inclined, then you will not get exact. Okay, all the best with your ecstasy, and just inform the person if you know that. Uh, Let him enjoy the ecstasy. There are plenty of other works to do. Many people are fighting the whole world, but these silly things will not affect us because it is not the first time we are doing the things and seeing the things. Okay, see, let us continue. If a line is parallel to any plane of projection, that is VP or HP, it will be in its true length. If a line is in parallel to vertical plane, then in vertical plane, the front view, what I see for this line will be in its true length. But if it is perpendicular to the horizontal plane, it is just seen as a point because it is just a line. It is just only one dimensional element. The other point, it does not have any thickness. If you change the line thickness, it is just a sketch pen and pencil that I am changing and representing on my paper. Actual line will not have any line thickness. There is no line at all. It is just
So
everything
the
is
so then
included in
if
an
it is
object.
perpendicular to HP means it will be 0 mm, no, sir.
That is what man point means. It is in dimensionless object. See, in previous problems, we solved many problems here. I cannot keep it empty. That is why in pencil, I am representing it in some dot or whatever it is. Even I can make a big round like a bindi and make it show it. But that is not obvious. Objects does not have any dimension. There is no line anywhere. If you want to represent something on a paper, that is why you are drawing this everything. This is sketch pen, this is pencil. It has got some thickness, that's all. But concepts are different and representations are entirely different. Here I am representing, I am using uh, there is no actual line. What I mean to say is there is no actual line in any object. There is no actual point in any object. What we are doing, we want a medium to make other people understand. That is what drawing comes into picture. Line, dark line, thin lines, continuous line, dash lines, etc. etc. But same way, point it is seen as a point. A line is seen as a point. Where is that point that is included in a particular corner? Corner of an object or corner of an object or where two corner edges of a table are matching. That position is identified. That's all. And line is parallel to VP and perpendicular to HP. Here it is seen as a point as a top in the top view. When it is parallel to HP and perpendicular to VP, in front view will be seen as a point. Next, when a line is parallel to VP and inclined to HP, what will happen? See here, I am inclining this object or a line, inclination to HP, I'm making it parallel to VP. So here, if it is parallel to VP, exactly 50 mm I have got. But here I'm inclining it to HP 30 degree. If I see the top view, in this condition, this is point will come here, this end point will come here, and this end point will come here, and totally the top view will be just a line like this. So this line, if it is parallel to VP, it will be in its true length. But will the top view be in its true length? It is inclined like this.
No, sir.
It will be
No.
foreshortened. If this is 50 mm, obviously this will be around 40, less than 50 in simple terms. We are going to find out how much it is. Understood? Understand the concepts properly. This is the positioning of a line in first quadrant. So in first quadrant, this is the possibility of a line. It can be, and very important is the sixth condition. If you have not understood this sixth condition, it is very dangerous for solving problems, many problems in planes and solids. I mean to say this concept is lying in these two planes. If you have not understood this sixth condition, obviously it will be very difficult. So sixth condition, obviously we'll be solving it by Monday. So Monday's class will be very important, where two chapters, 1, 2, and maybe other lines, planes and solids, three chapters are based on this concept. So please be aware of it and complete the problems parallelly. I hope everybody are solving in a particular book. Projections of points. Today I'll be posting the assignment. Make one PDF. See, take a photo of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then and 6 quadrant 1 problem 1, and all these problems 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 sheets. Just make a PDF. Write your USN number here. Prepare one PDF. I'll be sharing that in Google Classroom. Just upload the PDF. That is more than enough. That is well and good. No problem. I think it will be the best thing. So first problem, the first condition will be solving line is parallel to both VP and HP. So, and I'll be writing this question here and solving the problem here. Same thing, if you're possible, you do it in unruled book also. Whatever it is, please submit. Whatever you are drawn, we'll be considering it for IA marks. Please remember it. 24 marks IA, and I am not told about that. 24 marks for sketching and 16 marks IA, totally 40. So this is total 40 marks. Sketching, we used to collect the sketchbook and award the marks. As the sketchbook is not available, please write only with USN number. Along with USN number, you submit this. We will be awarding you marks 24 chapter wise. So points, if you submit now, 24 marks will be awarded. Similarly, it goes on like that. And 16 marks for internal assessment. At the end of the semester, we will be conducting internal assessment and then awarding total 40. So everything is accountable. Please be aware of it. And here sketching 24 also, 15 plus 9 was there. 15 for sketchbook and 9 for printout. As printouts will not be available now, and software demonstration will be in a later part after completing this syllabus. So there, only sketching this semester we are planning to have only sketching 24 marks. Please be aware of it. It's very simple, and we will solve this problem. So very first problem, only I'm going to solve it now. Line AB, I'm going to call it as AB, or it can be PQ also, or RS. Other than X and Y, it can be anything. Line AB is 60 mm long, is 20 mm to HP and 30 mm in front of VP. Draw the projections when it is parallel to both VP and HP. This is your question. First condition, as it is parallel to both VP and HP, I am assuming that this line is parallel to both VP and HP. As it is parallel, it is very clear that we just represent XY. VP HP, this is my first step, and the whole line is 20 mm above HP. So 20 mm, I'm just going to draw a line at the two box, thin line. First I'm drawing a thin line, and then 30 mm a thin line, because this is unruled book, and 20 mm and 30 mm is fixed, and it is parallel to both VP and HP. I'll draw a 50 mm line taking a scale or 60 mm. Exactly 60 mm, 6 boxes, and making the line dark only for 6 boxes. Got it? Where this front view, I'm going to name it as A dash, and similarly B dash, because I'm not marking any point here. Don't mark any point here and here. And where A dash lies on the same projector, A is going to lie, and similarly I'm just identifying the position, and similarly from where B dash lies, there only B will lie. Here also it is 60 mm. Correct? And this is the end of the projection. I'm extending it further and naming it as 20 and 30 here, and mark, draw the dimension using a sharp pencil. 20 and 30 is drawn, A dash and AB is drawn. See, 20 and 30 is over, 60 is pending, only dimension 60 now. So I'll draw extension line. I'll draw 16 at the middle and dimension this out. This is the end of the problem, that's all. When a line is parallel to the plane of projection, and erase it, that's all. Same, this is a rough sketch, and directly draw here. You draw a XY line, very important, and first thing represent XY, VP and HP. 20 mm distance, directly I'm going to mark 6 boxes as a dark line. See, in pencil, just apply some pressure and draw 6 boxes, and similarly here 3 boxes, at a distance of 3 boxes I'm going to draw this, and name it as A dash and B dash, A and B, very important. And this thin line I'm going to draw as a projector, and then 20 and 30 mentioned here. We take this sharp pencil for dimensioning, it looks good. And 30. This is the first condition of the line in first quadrant. In first quadrant, what is going to happen? A line AB is 60 mm long, is 20 mm above HP. It is lying 20 mm above HP and 30 mm in front of VP. Draw the projections when it is parallel to both VP and HP. This is the only condition at which parallel to both VP and HP. How does it look in the left side view? Can anybody tell me how it looks in the left side view? In
Just like
left
a
side
point.
view, it is seen just as a point. So we will not worry about that point right now because we'll complete all other conditions and then do it. Right? So we'll continue in the Monday's class like this. We started with projections of lines in the previous class. So what we concluded from points is a point was an dimensionless object, an impression without dimension, and its projection wherever the front view lies, below that only top view will lie at the same projection line where it projects to other plane of projection. If front view is projected at A dash, if you draw a straight line towards horizontal line, horizontal plane from XY line through XY line, then there only A will lie, that is the top view. A dash and A will lie on the same projection line. Similarly, if it is CED, whatever names it is. And then we started with projections of lines. That is, it is the shortest distance between two endpoints. We are not mentioning the endpoints here as a dark line. If you draw a line, that means it is a set of points which are arranged in a linear fashion. So
Sanjay,
with the same,
snacks.
yes, in these lines, however, it can be whatever the positions these lines can be in first quadrant. That is what we were discussing. We'll be continuing with first angle projection. That is the first quadrant projection, where the front view will be above and top view will be below. And these are the 6 conditions that we defined upon with how lines can be a line can be in first quadrant. In first quadrant, what are the possibilities of which a line can be positioned? Are these conditions. First one was line is parallel to both HP and VP. If a line is parallel to both HP and VP, how the representations are made was just seen, and this is the answer that we have seen. A dash, B dash, and AB. Where A dash lie on the same line, A will lie. Where B dash lie, there only B will lie. This is the front view, and similarly the top view. So I'll just represent top view slightly, and whatever the given numbers in the problem, all the numbers I am going to dimension. That is 60 was given in the problem. I have missed out this 60. I'm going to dimension this 60 somewhere here after the plane of projection and draw extension lines, and then this 60 mm, and then represent all dimensions are in millimeters. All given numbers 20 mm above HP, 30 mm in front of VT, and 60 mm of that particular line is defined. Remember, there is only one line. We are defining only one line in first quadrant. I'll imagine this is my first quadrant. Keep any book. Its name is AB. This line name is AB. It is parallel to VP and parallel to HP. And I'm saying its front view and representing the front view like this. And then second time I'm seeing the same object from the top and projecting the on horizontal plane AB. So we cannot represent as it is. So with respect to this endpoints name, that is AB, we are defining. So we are getting this A dash and A and B dash and B as the endpoint name of the endpoints for representing in front view as well as in the top view. A dash is the front view of one endpoint of a line. So B dash is the name of the front view of endpoint B. Similarly, A is the top view of endpoint A, and similarly top view of B. With these conditions, we'll move on to the next condition. We'll see what is the next condition and then come back again. What we are doing here is what are the possibilities of a line in first quadrant. We are defining it. For example, in the first quadrant, if you imagine a TV that is kept in a room in front of a wall, you can see this edge or a curtain bar. If you have seen, that is, this edge is parallel to vertical plane. It is also parallel to horizontal plane. Even this edge is also parallel to HP and parallel to VP. One particular edge, if you take a one particular edge and represent it and identify a number of applications can be defined as such, and then we'll move forward with the next case. That is, what is the next case? Line is parallel to VP and perpendicular to HP. So I'll just share the screen. Is this visible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes. This was the first condition, line parallel to VP as well as HP. This is the name of the line AB. This is a particular line that I am imagining for 60 mm, 70 mm, 80 mm, whatever length it can be. Its actual name is capital A and capital B. I am seeing it in the front view and representing its front view A dash and B dash. So this front view will have the exact length of this line, whatever the given line is there, the same dimension. This front view will also be there. That is why if a line is parallel to any plane of projection, then we can find its true length. Similarly, if I stand in front of a wall, I can find my height on the wall, which is the true length, which is in the exact length. So any object that is kept parallel to the plane of projection, its view on that particular projection will be in its true length. We call it as a true length. Very, very important. Please remember. And similarly, these are imaginary lines, these projectors. A to A dash and B to B dash are imaginarily hitting this plane of projection at 90 degree. So this angle is 90. So it is imaginarily. So it is called orthographic projection. So front view is obtained. Similarly, top view is obtained. You can see, imagine here in this particular condition. I hope please see this condition. AB is the given line. I am seeing in the front and representing A dash B dash. And similarly, top view AB is seen. When this line is parallel to VP as well as parallel to HP, I am able to find its true length. So please remember this. This is very, very important term. TL. If I say it simply TL, that means it is true length. So true length means if a line is parallel to any plane of projection, its view on that particular plane it will be in its true length. So this problem we have solved. This was a three-dimensional concept. I have converted this concept into a 2D drawing like this. As you are seeing, this is a 2D drawing. XY line, VPHP I have defined, and around any distance. See, if I consider this line is 10 mm above HP and 20 mm in front of VP, this front view image remains same, and similarly top view image remains same. So that is why we are neglecting this distance above HP and in front of VP. We can take that particular distance and solve. And front view and top view both are parallel to XY line and both show the true length. Very, very important concept. It is called as true length means if it is parallel, if a line is parallel or an object's edge is parallel to vertical plane or horizontal plane, its view will be in its true length. Please remember this word true length, very, very important. We have solved this problem. We'll move on to the next condition, that is the second condition. A person standing against a wall, or you can consider that a line AB is given and a line is parallel to vertical plane and perpendicular to horizontal plane. To horizontal plane, I am rotating this. So I am rotating this horizontal plane in clockwise direction of this first quadrant, and before that I'm seeing this object AB in this direction. I'm seeing the object in this direction. Observer is seeing this object in this direction and seeing this object AB and projecting it on to the wall. So I get from one endpoint A as A dash. Similarly, second endpoint B here B dash. If I join A dash to B dash, then I'll get the front view of that line. On the same projector, if I draw a line, extend the line towards XY line, and from there I'll extend it below, so that there only I'll get the top view. If I see this object from top, this is the location of the top view, where first I am seeing this A and second I am seeing this B. So first I am seeing A and then second I am seeing B. So A of B, B I'll write it in brackets so that it is A of B as you're seeing here. Second object that you see in a particular view. If I seeing this from top view, first I'm seeing A and then second I'm seeing B. So B will be inside the bracket in the top view. H is the top view, what you're saying. And similarly, the front view and top views are obtained. I'll imagine some distance that B, endpoint B is around 10 mm or 20 mm above HP. So whatever distance it may be, 10, 20,000, the front view will remain same. Whatever the length of the object of this line is given, same length will be there in the front view, even if you keep it at any distance above XY line. So the front view remains same here. So we are neglecting this dimension above HP. Just we can keep it 10 or 20 and then solve the problem. And similarly, here this is the three-dimensional concept. I'm rotating this, rotating the horizontal plane, opening the horizontal plane, and represent the 2D answer. This is the 2D answer for me, as you are seeing for this condition. So directly we'll solve the problem with
Sir,
with this
top view
condition.
is just a point, right, sir?
Pardon?
Top view is just a point, right, sir?
It is just a point. Yes, you are right. Here, what you are seeing, it is just a point, but naming the point is always very, very important. First, what you are seeing, second, what you are seeing is important. When you see a particular line from top, first I am seeing A and then B. So A will be outside the bracket, B will be inside the bracket. So that is very, very important to know and represent in a drawing. In further days, in planes and solids, this is the very important criteria of naming of uh, drawings, what you will come across. So it is very, very important to know about this naming, and we'll start solving a problem based on this concept. So line is parallel to VP and perpendicular to HP. If a line is perpendicular to any plane of projection, its view will be a point. Still here it is parallel to VP, so I can identify its true length, and top view is just a point. So I'll just share and solve a problem on projections of lines. So what I mean to say is, if this is a line, if this endpoint is A and this endpoint is B, when I see this from top and project it towards the horizontal plane, if I get a dot here, I have to name A first and then in the brackets B. That is a very important and simple rule that we are supposed to use it. Here we will solve a problem directly. The line, I'll simply change the name of the line, and now in this problem I'll name it as PQ. Name is PQ, line PQ of 60 mm, length is parallel to VP and perpendicular to HP. One, of the line, one endpoint of the line is 10 mm to HP. Draw the if the line is 20 mm in front of VP. What I'm doing, keep your pen. I'm going to keep my pen here and imagine this is my object to consider. I can consider this as my object. And right now this line is AB. As we are solving projections of lines, this object will be a line. This line is in first quadrant in such a way that this name is P and Q and it is of 60 mm length. Actual length or true length is 60 mm. It is parallel to VP. See, this is vertical plane. I am keeping it parallel. I don't know where it is exactly like this. It is parallel to VP. It can be parallel like this also. Right now I'll keep it like this because it is also perpendicular to HP. This is a perpendicular to horizontal plane. I am keeping it perpendicular to HP. This is perpendicular to HP. Able to get it? And front view will be parallel. So from one end I am going to write here as the front view. And similarly here for P and Q I have got this front view and line. When it is seen, when the same line is seen from the top, I am getting a point. So if you draw a line from this point to this front view, it will be on the same line because this line will not move here and there. This image will be, top view will be exactly in this position. Now I have to open this horizontal plane in clockwise direction and draw the front view and top view. For that I have to draw the XY line. I will draw XY line and represent VP, HP first. This is the very first thing that you are supposed to do. VP and HP is represented. Next, as a one endpoint of the line is 10 mm above HP, I'll assume that this is one endpoint Q is somewhere here at 10 mm above HP, and the whole line, full line is at a distance of 20 mm in front of VP, somewhere here. 20 mm I'm going to assume. As it is front view, I got this line P and Q, however you name it will be there. So 60 mm, take scale and measure 60 mm and mark it. This is a rough sketch that I am going to do. I'll name this as P dash and Q dash in small letters of for 60 mm. And on the same projector below XY line for a distance of 20 mm, I am marking a point and naming this point properly. So P, first I am seeing P and then Q. So I have to name it as P of Q without dash because on horizontal plane we are naming it without dash. So exactly horizontal, I am going to draw a line here and here and here and dimension it approximate wherever, whatever the things that are necessary. 1, 2, 3. 3 lines are necessary. I am going to dimension this as 20, this is 10 and 60. So 3 dimensions have to be placed here to represent its front view and top view. So it is very, very important with respect to this solution to start solving the problem. So how much space you need here? 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 boxes if it is available. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 boxes is enough here, but still we'll continue here. This next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. After 7 boxes, I'm going to draw one XY line and name it as X and Y VP HP. 10 mm above HP. From here, I'm going to draw for 6 boxes directly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. no need of counting that in scale. So 6 boxes and 2 boxes directly I'm marking it here in the top view, right? So this is P dash, this is Q dash, this is P of Q, and mention its dimensioning. I'm extending this line further towards the left side, and on this printed line I'm going to mark exactly at 60, 10, 20. Use this thin line. See, it is very important to know the type of dimensioning. 10 mm is done here and 60 is done and 20 mm. All these three are the dimensioning styles. You can see the thin line. See, very, very important. XY line and this projector line will be thin. Don't apply pressure when you draw the line in pencil. See here in pencil, you can draw two types of line impressions. That is a thin line, a thick line, and a thin line also. You can see a thin line that is drawn here. And you can vary with respect to the pressure that you apply on the pencil. Instead of that, you can use 2H pencil, 2B pencil and represent the drawing. Right now, this is enough. 2B pencil, you can make it dark here. Like this, what you are seeing, this projection line and dimension line, as you are seeing in the figure, object should be dark. That is the main concept. P dash, Q dash, P of Q, which is the top view. And then the front view. Any doubts, please inform anybody. Anyone? Here I am drawing a rough sketch, rough line. It can be freehand sketching. Before drawing in the sketchbook, I am drawing a freehand sketching. If possible, if you are doing it in unrolled copy, please do it in unrolled copy. No problem. Anyone, please? Anybody who has got any doubt?
No, sir. Understood, sir.
P of
Line is,
Q.
pardon?
That one.
Tejas?
P of Q, sir. P of Q, sir. How,
Yes,
sir?
yes. Ah,
Mm.
naming.
Yeah, sure.
Say this is the top view. You have it. You imagine you have a table at your home. If you are sitting at, first you see the topmost edge of the table, and then you can see the legs of the table. Imagine a leg of a table, which is exactly parallel to VP and perpendicular to horizontal plane. If you see from the top, you see the topmost edge of that leg, and similarly the bottommost edge of the leg. In other terms, you are seeing the first end point of the line, and similarly the second end point of the line. That is what you have, the two names. See, uh, just a minute. Okay. You imagine this is P, this is Q. Okay, you imagine this is a line which is 60 mm long. I am keeping like this perpendicular to horizontal plane. Orange color is P and black color is Q. When you are seeing this from top, I have fit a camera at the top. I am seeing P first and then Q, right? So
Okay,
P
sir.
will be outside the bracket, Q will be inside the bracket.
Understood, sir. Yes,
Same
sir.
way, this is according to my naming. You can change this as Q and this as P. However you want, you can keep. See, this is I am keeping this line like this. You can keep it like this. You can keep Q here and P here. They are not given any other statements. If somewhat a statement given like one end point of the line is 10 mm above HP, I'll rename this statement one end point Q of the line is 10 mm above HP. Then also I can draw it like this. Are you able to get it?
Yes,
If they
sir.
give P here, one end point P of a line is 10 mm above HP, then I can rename, that's all. This is P, this is Q. Are you able to get it?
Yes, sir. I understood, sir.
Very, very important, the views. How you are viewing any object, whether it is the top view or the front view. I am imagining this object like this. This is P and Q. That is how I've written the front view. This has P dash and this has Q dash. So when I'm seeing this object from top, first I am seeing P and then Q. As this naming I have written. First is P and then Q. Are you able to get it?
Yes, sir. I
Very,
understood,
very
sir.
important. You have asked the right question at the right time, because this will, this naming of a point will continue till solids. Remember, projections of lines, planes, and solids, all these three chapters, this naming is very, very important. How you are imagining this object, same way naming has to continue, and which will be inside the brackets. If you go wrong here, you will lose marks. If you go wrong in annotating this and annotating in a wrong way, obviously you are going to lose marks. That is very, very important. Any doubts? We'll continue.
On that.
Yes, we'll continue. If the session logs out, please log in, re-log in with the same ID and password. Next, we'll move on to the next condition. What is the next condition?
Parallel to HP and perpendicular to VP.
Parallel to
Reverse of
perpendicular to VP.
reverse of previous.
Pardon? Imagine you are lying on a floor and sleeping on a floor. Very simple, right? Line AB, you imagine you are lying on a floor or just above it at a particular distance. Okay, I'll assume that it is at a particular distance. I'm floating at some distance, or you keep a pen just against like this, AB, which is parallel to horizontal plane and perpendicular to VP. So what will be the front view? Front view. It is the front view.
A line.
Remember this title,
Line, sir.
perpendicular to VP.
So perpendicular means it will be line, sir.
Perpendicular means the point.
Perpendicular means
Front
it is
view
a
will be
point.
point, sir. Top view will be line.
Yes, top view will be a line. You see, very important. If a line is perpendicular to any plane of projection, here it is perpendicular to VP, then its front view is just a point. And how do you name that is important. See, first I am giving this A and then giving this as B. I am imagining in such a way. First I am seeing A and then secondly I am seeing B. So that is how I am naming here. This as B and this as A. So in the front view, how will you name it? So second object that you are seeing here, second object I am seeing this B will be inside the bracket. See, here very, very important. B dash will be inside the bracket. I am going to put just for representation. That means it is secondarily seen. That is a very simple meaning. That's all. Front, whichever the objects that are first seen is clearly outside the box, that you mean to say that it is visible for you. B is not visible for you. Only A is visible for you. For any object, you keep a pen in front of the vertical plane and just see it. You will be able to see that this line AB front view is just a point, and similarly top view is a line of exact length 60 mm given, because it is parallel. Line is parallel to HP and perpendicular to VP. If it is parallel to any plane of projection, I can get its true length. So here front view is a point and top view is in its true length. AB is in its true length. As I have rotated this horizontal plane in clockwise direction, I have got this two-dimensional drawing. So if you draw a straight line, that is a projection line from A till XY line, and you project it till here, this is the position of A. Once again, I am drawing from B dash to XY line, and then the B dash will lie here. Right? That is why one single line is drawn instead of repeating again and again. And that is two times A and B or C, or if it is coinciding again and again, you won't draw, because this is just a line two times From A, I'm drawing a projector till it meets A. B, I draw a projector till it meets B, and this distance is 60 mm. I'll assume and state the problem of the same kind. So we'll solve the. Have you understood the concept here?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We'll move on to the next topic. Next, to solve the problem, I have to the line again. We'll come back to AB. See, whatever name is given, please remember PQ is given accordingly. Answer I have drawn. A line AB 60 mm long is perpendicular to VP. Draw the projections when one of its endpoints is 20 mm in front of VP. First, I'll draw a rough figure directly without wasting time. XY, VP, HP. This is the very first step. 20 mm in front of VP. I'll start drawing the line for 60 mm. So I got the front view. Whatever name you can give, here A, here B, you can give, or here A and here B, or B or A, anything you can give. However you name accordingly, front view will change. I'll name this as A and B like this. And from here, at a distance above HP is not given. Wherever you draw, at 20 mm or 30 mm or 1000 mm, your front view will just remain a point. That is the meaning that I have not given the front view above HP. Any distance you take 20 mm or 10 mm and mark a front view. Then assume 20 mm, don't mark it more than that or lesser than that. It occupies less space, that's all. And name this as, first is I am seeing B and then A. So first you write B of A. As you are drawing in VP, always you provide it with a prime, that is B prime of A prime or B dash of A dash. That means all the namings you do like this are associated with the front view of the object. You can see front view, and it will be always associated with that particular plane of projection, that is vertical plane, and similar horizontal plane, it is AB. So this is 60. I am going to mark dimension 60 here and 20 here. And no, I am not dimensioning here because see the numbers 60, please dimension, 20 dimension. Whatever the numbers that are printed in the problem are asked to find out. If it was asked to find some distance, then dimension only those parameters. That is enough. Don't write millimeter. Don't write 60 mm, 20 mm, something like this, and then start the answer. That is wrong. Directly, I'm going to mark it here. XY, VPHP. This is the first thing that you do, and then in front of VP 20 mm, two boxes. From here, I'm going to start this 60 mm, 6 boxes directly. I'm going to keep it like this, 6 boxes, and dark line. This is the dark line that you are supposed to provide. If around 1 minute, it will be stop this Zoom video. Please re-log in again. I'll just finish this condition. A and B somewhere here, and then 60 exactly on the printed line at 3 boxes. I am marking it here, and then draw perpendicular line here from B, thin line, extend this extension. These are extension lines and this is dimensioning line. See, this is extension line which are drawn perpendicular to the line, and this is see front view. I am assuming it 20 mm OSP, but not dimensioning it. But here you're supposed to dimension 20 as it is given in the problem. $20 mm in front of VP. One of its endpoint is there because if this is 60 and this is 20, then